Hey, welcome back to BRB TV. Hey, I got a special guest today, Rick Gonzalez from Music City Raceway. And I tell you, Rick, man, we have a lot to talk about. You've had a lot of really cool things going on. And so anyway, well, why don't you start off? You know, I know a lot of people don't know you. They know they probably seen you at the racetrack if they're racers. You know, but why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and kind of how you got Music City Raceway and how long you've been there? You've been there a long time, right?
Well, thank you, Donovan. We have 30 years. December of '88 is when we've been the longest owners of the track now, running it for over 30 years, which some people say is good. Some people say is, oh, gee. It's like, really? So we're getting ready to kick off this year. So Charlotte, myself, Dallas and Alfreda, we own the track. We run it. We've been running it for a number of years. Of course, they own and run Beach Bend also. So we're getting ready to start the season off this Sunday.
Sunday.
Every time I say Sunday, I feel like going Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. You know, it's some guy from the office. Sunday is like you wake up Sunday. So Sunday we do start with open time trials at noon, and we'll go till 5 if you want to come out and just get the cobwebs out. You know, crank it up, use up some bottles of anything, just get it going. And then the Super Bowl's at 5:30, but we'll be done by 5. So just come out. It's supposed to be a beautiful day Sunday also.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, and on our schedule, which is on Music City Raceway right now, we just have the February schedule. We don't have the whole year yet because we're looking at some sponsors. We appreciate sponsors. You're a great sponsor.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We really enjoy Baggerbuck, BRB TV. We love being out there at the track, and you might see us out there sometime, but anyway, yeah, we appreciate all you do.
Oh, he's there all the time. If you see a guy coming in a Lexus or a new Corvette, it's probably him. You know, that's just how he rolls.
Real soon on the Corvette, real soon. Yeah.
And at the end of the night, if there's a bunch of cars broken, it's his employees taking their shit. So I didn't say, can you,
oh, that's all right.
Can you say
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you're okay. Yeah. But so you started and you've been doing it for over 30 years, and so I mean the track now. You've been at the track, but the track is one of the oldest in the country, right? So it's got history, right?
In Division 2, we are the longest running one since 1958. So it's been there for 62 seasons.
Whoa, that's
in Division 2, we're it. I think Tampa Garlits or something says he went up and down and ran across some squirrels or something down there and said he was longer. But now we've been longer, okay? Because we actually used to be a pig farm up there, you know.
Really?
We're talking like in the 50s, a long time ago.
That's long. Yeah,
that's before you were in the Navy. So that's like that's been a while.
That has been a while. Yeah. So let's talk about that for a second because you know, racing from the 50s until 2020. We're talking about 2020 now. That's I mean that's a long time, and so it's really changed. You've seen it change just in the 30 years.
Yes.
I mean, like cars running a lot faster than they are now.
Yes. Yeah, that was the guy, my consultant, telling me how cars are running faster.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, so they are running faster. I remember when we started the season, 1989 was the season because December of '88, then we started '89 season. Went to the awards bank for Division 2, and back then it was in Orlando, which is not as expensive as it is now. We had it at the a huge place in Orlando where we're racing. And back in the late '80s and '90s, things were pretty hot with racing. There were no buybacks. That's a big thing.
Really, no buybacks.
No buybacks.
You're out. You're out.
You're out. You're out. I think the guy in Rockingham was the first one to do buybacks. You know, and it worked.
So before we go further, so buybacks, you want to explain to everybody out there? I mean, we know a lot of people know what buybacks are, but for those that don't know what a buyback is if you get beat, right?
Yeah.
Then on your first run or two, and depends on what the race is, I guess, but you can buy back in, right?
Exactly. You can buy back in, yeah. And generally, we were the least to go into buybacks. I mean, the least. A lot of racetracks did get into buybacks and things like that. We kind of stayed away from it. Like our Southern Survival Series shootouts, which were pretty big in the '90s, were straight up entry, 10,000 to win. It's like a big breakfast buffet of pick what you want, race, you know, cars. It was a good race.
Yeah.
But then things got kind of 98, 99. It's got kind of different, you know, and the discretionary income among a lot of racers wasn't there. So, and buybacks is what took up the slack at some other. Should I look at that camera or that camera?
You can look at either one.
I'm looking at you, yeah. So that'll be clipped out. I hope you take that out.
No, it's fine. It's
Looking at
fine.
you.
Yeah.
So, but the buybacks, we put those in fairly recently compared to other racetracks. Buybacks have helped. Okay, so you asked me what is a buyback? It's actually if you lose a round, you can buy back the next round.
Right.
Sometimes you can buy back the round after that. It's either or.
Right.
Some racetracks do you both. You can buy back both times. You know,
Right.
which is like if you race your buddy. You just,
So-
you know, they work that out. That's, you know, we let them handle that. Like,
But as far as like coming out and just racing like on a Tuesday, I mean, what's it usually cost to race just a single? You know, if I like me coming out with my car and I went and just run in, let's say trophy race.
trophy class, $20 gets you a tech card and entry. Spectators 11 Tuesday or Friday just to get in and race. And that gets you to, you know, come in and say, well, do I have to have special
That's
safety
cheap.
stuff?
That's cheap.
That is cheap. That
Yeah,
is cheap.
cheap.
You know, thanks. We got to go up in price, though. What you're saying?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, to go out and run, and we're not talking just running once for $20. We're talking about running, you know, all night. You do your qualifying and your time trials, and you know, just see where your car is running, and then you go into eliminations, which. But then, and that's what we're talking about in these buybacks. That once you're into elimination rounds, now here's the thing though. Some guys they're like, man, I just don't do buyback, you know. But then there's a lot like me that says, hey, I don't care, I'm racing, you know, let's go. So I'll buy back, you know, if I get beat, you know.
Yeah. Well, you get better that way too, because
That's right.
it's interesting. Some guys that buy back in street cars or Tuesday and Friday night, they get mad at themselves. And then they go on a bunch of rounds. You know, it's like you have to get focused.
That's right.
Because if you get there and you just think it's going to be a time trial first round, the other guy next to you is not thinking that way. You know, he's had his Monster Energy drink and he's ready to, you know, do it.
That's right. Yeah.
And once that Monster Energy kicks in and they plays the national anthem, you know, if you're not if you're not in the Navy, you can get beat.
Yeah, and that happens. You know, if you red light off the line, which we'll get into here in a little bit about how that works and reaction times and the type of racing that you do. But not to get too far off where we were talking about a while ago was kind of the history of the track. So and the buybacks and how they come about. But I guess, you know, so 30 something years that you've been there, and I guess what you're talking about, you know, in the 90s, things changed a little bit.
Yeah, they changed a little bit. Yeah. It was, it had to change. I mean, the cars also, this was, you asked a great question, was when we started, delay boxes were just kicking in. I mean, I remember, some people had them earlier than that. I can't remember the guy out of North Carolina, but he was the original delay box. A couple of them, you know, Hama. Anyway, I don't remember them. The serious Super Pro guys know who they are. But the delay box thing in the late '80s was a differentiator, you know. And then when we got in, there was actually the battle. It's almost like North versus South, the Palestinians versus the Israelis. You know, delay boxes, not pure racing and stuff like that. Well, it just kind of took over. You know, it just. If you didn't have a delay box, you run a big money race. You know, you're you know, and it went from switches to digital. You know, from liquid display to all that stuff happened with technology. So delay boxes were, now delay boxes are almost old news now. I mean, now that's bump down, bump up. You know, there are people who race this seriously who know that technology really well. But from a racing perspective, from our perspective, you know, you can tell because when you have a racer complain about, well, he's got a box. You know, well, yeah. So does out of 1,000, so do the other 998 guys. They do too.
That's
you
right.
Know, like, what do you do? Not run a race for you? So I didn't mean that to come out negatively, but that's the change.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah, what you've seen over all these years.
It's in the past it's a great question. So back then, and then it's like 3 or 4 years later, not to the bikes. They kind of like they can do delay boxes too. But you know what it is? It's not like NHRA didn't all of a sudden say, okay,
a little different, huh?
You can run delay boxes. You know, that's not the way it works. The guys who got the edge, who want to compete, they put the delay box in.
Oh, wow.
You know, and the bikers are putting it where they're triggering to switch off their teeth.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah. Or instead of, oh, yeah. I mean, or on their clutch, if they let it go to a certain level, it kicks in there. And so we had, I would say in the mid-90s, a couple bikers who I will not mention who were winning a whole bunch of races. And we're thinking, man, that guy's really consistent. You know, how are you so consistent?
The delay box.
Yeah, and they're all saying, man, I'm drinking Pepsi. It just makes me consistent.
but the technology's there.
Yeah.
To use it, and and that's what it's made cars faster, right? I mean, it's made
Yeah.
them faster off the line. It's made them.
Oh, I didn't even talk about that. You know, I mean, so the technology's come in, but the cars being faster also. It's you look at today. I had one national event world champion racer who lives in the area. He used to run a Chevelle. Everybody else knows that, running like 850. You know, now his son bought a Camaro running high sevens off the floor.
That's fast.
You know, that's fast. So that means in 25 years, what he was running and winning track championships with continuously was slower than what this other racer is street is. And then I would say it's been very pronounced lately. The street cars in the last 10 years have just taken off. You know,
That's right.
Everything, the Corvette, the Camaro, everything has been. In fact, when NHRA had a problem with the Challenger being not legal because it was faster without a roll cage, that actually put a lot of tech officials in okay, it's faster than a super gas car, but doesn't have to have head restraints and everything.
Oh,
really?
that's a good question.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that is.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
And so as soon as NHRA and insurance people got together, and I'm not the official speaker for this, they do that and they handle that. They're the ones that do that. Is the basic agreement was that if it was stock, not altered, all the stuff that you do, no, if it was stock and not altered, it was okay, and they kind of went that way with it, and that seems to be the way it's playing out, especially with stuff getting so fast.
Yeah.
And then you're asking me about technology and stuff happening. Oh God, I'm talking again. You're asking me about technology and the stuff.
Yeah.
The damn electric cars. The Teslas come out.
Oh
there.
yeah.
What is this?
Hey, they're fast.
And you can't. And I've seen
They're
some
fast.
electrical dragsters on there. You know, it's coming on.
Yeah.
And then we had a junior dragster guy who used to sponsor at the track, and I remember this clearly. This was like 20 years ago. So he's a performance junior dragster guy. You know, the junior dragsters are new. When we started, there weren't junior dragsters. They are now. But he literally came to the track one time because the rules were you couldn't have a motor of this size or bigger. Okay, that was the rule. So what does he do? He puts two of them on the. He puts two of them in there, back to back. You know, like,
That's pretty smart.
that was pretty smart. Then he runs like high fives or something like that, and I'm going, whoa, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, so
That's fast.
that was fast, and he knows who he is.
So talking about where we're going with electric cars, because it's instant power. They are very fast from 0 to 60, and the thing is, this Corvette that we're right here that I'm getting, they're talking about this is probably going to be the last Corvette running on fuel. I mean, which is interesting because that tells me that they got something that's going to be coming after this. It's probably going to be electric powered car.
It amazes me that you got Chevy to give that to you. That's pretty cool.
What's that?
The Corvette, yeah, they donated it to you for.
Oh yeah,
That's really
don't I wish? Don't I wish? Yeah, yeah. It was a big donation I had to get.
It's nice.
Yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful car. And,
Well, they did that dealer swap where you turned your Lexus in for that. That was the agreement.
No, I'm not sure yet. I hadn't decided yet on that. I'm still, there's a lot of people that really like that car, and we've done a lot of really cool things for it. So I'm not sure yet.
You realize we're on camera. You got to be truthful. You
can't
be talking and smack stuff.
I know. That makes
No
it
smack
tough.
talk.
Yeah.
I guess you can edit it out. Did I sign a bunch of stuff that I have to be honest?
Oh yes, absolutely. You can't cuss either. Remember?
Okay,
Yeah.
we're good.
No, but so cars that are running electric power, the Teslas. I mean, like I said, now as far as now, I saw they were running some more like high sevens or. It was pretty fast. It seemed like that. Seemed like to me because I was running 7.9, and I just don't remember. I didn't get to see one. But
3 years ago, when we first saw the Tesla, a guy came out of Mount Juliet, shows up, just, we knew it was a Tesla, curious what it was doing, 660s.
Whoa.
Yes, 660s. Boom, 660s.
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 Man,
Yeah.
that is fast.
And that was not their faster car. I mean, ever since they've gone to some insane mode, or I wonder what the name. There's going to be like ridiculous, insane, superfluous, high. I don't know what mode are you going to put in next.
Right.
But they're just And he won 3 races that night out of the 4, and it's because he loved his car. It was fast, and there was a Corvette out there with a new sticker on it that the guy had just bought.
Whoa.
And was not running that.
Whoa.
He didn't feel good about that.
Yeah.
But since then, of course, they've gone faster.
Yeah, they they're fast. I mean, we've seen quite a few of them, but you know that running in the 6s, man, that's
Well, okay, so we're talking racetrack that's been there for 62 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the Tesla main guy, the brainy engineering guy?
I'm not sure. Not
Oh,
sure.
I forgot his
Yeah,
name.
I'll have him look it up. I
I'm
can't.
sure he's probably watching this going, he doesn't know my name.
Yeah. I call him Tesla.
Tesla, yeah, Tesla. He's the guy that does the time traveling. But so the car is faster than SHIT. I mean, it gets there, and it makes no noise
Oh yeah.
other than tire ripple.
Mm-hmm.
It goes down there. It feels like a roller coaster ride the way it takes off because it's just pure power going down. It's not amping up. There's no turbo kicking in and stuff like that. It's just going.
And it's not loud at all.
And the turbo's like the opposite. It's wheezing like a sick asthmatic guy at the beginning, and top end it's breathing. You know,
Wow.
So the Tesla 6. Okay, so he won 3 races that day. 3 races, and finally started cutting good lights. And if the battery's charged up continuous, it just constantly runs the same number.
That's wild. That's
So he won 3 races one day. Next time he came back, everybody just smacked him around, beat him up. What happened was that he didn't know how to lift. So everybody else just put a little more and then put the brakes on the top end.
Oh, I got you. It was beating.
Was beating him left and right, unless he cut a good light. But and then he hadn't been back since, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's probably his dad's Tesla or something.
But hey, they're beautiful cars and they're fast.
Yeah.
But you know, as far as like fast, we're talking about fast. What's the fastest time you've seen on your track? You know, it's an 8. It's an 8, right? So
Okay, so a car has gone 380s.
380s.
Yeah, Pro Mod car.
380s. You realize that?
Pro Mod, yeah.
That's just.
It's been a while. It's been a while. That's back when we had guardrail, and you didn't touch the guardrail. So and
Whoa, 380s. That's fast.
yeah, cotton farmer out of Alabama. He's fast.
Wow.
He's
Wow.
fast.
Yeah.
And beautiful car, awesome. It's a Corvette,
Corvette.
gorgeous car. And we had him run low 4s, pretty consistent. You can tell this is really when you talk fast. You know, it makes me like think a little bit because our bread and butter is super pro open.
That's
you know,
right.
but then you get this little outliers. You know, guys that just got to go. You know, Dixie Door Slammers are great cars, very entertaining. But every once in a while you get these fast cars. They just want to go. They don't care about dying. They just want to go fast.
Yeah.
And when they go fast and hook and go down the track, it makes it look like the track's going backwards. It makes it look like everything's sliding back. You know, because they grab, they hook, and they just go. It's a visual. I've probably seen, you know, after 30 years, what, 1 million passes? I mean, who knows?
Oh, yeah,
Just a ton of passes.
Oh, yeah.
And your eyes used to seeing it go down, past 60 foot, 330, go down, and the like one. All of a sudden, the fast car goes down. It's like hallucinogenic. You know, the track's going backwards. And then jet cars also. But jet cars are a different animal because they leave the flame behind.
Oh yeah.
And of course they're running. God, that's even
200 something miles an
yeah,
hour.
it's faster than 380. They're faster than that. They're
faster than 380. They're
oh yeah,
smoking really.
they're smoking. They're yeah. There's a guy in Chicago who came in a little trailer and just constantly put down 240 mile an hour passes. Constantly.
200
at eighth a mile, just constantly. Yeah.
miles an hour. That hey, I'm telling you.
So
that's fast.
yeah, that's fast. I think you yeah.
I saw some pretty fast cars.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of fast cars. But man, I hadn't been able to see one of the jet cars in a while. So you had them last year though, right?
We did. Let's see, we did. We had jet cars. We'll have them again this year, so we need to put that on our schedule. We'll have a jet cars this year, exhibition car this year. We don't have them locked in yet. Yeah. Oh, exhibition vehicles, wheel standers. We used to do a lot of wheel standers. Little Red. It was good. The wheel standers are good. That's
So
something.
that's something that's. I mean, you have a bunch of people coming in for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have to promote it and let people know in advance in the radio. When it rains that day, it's not a good thing because.
When do you usually have that?
August.
August, right?
Yeah, so if we're not doing the big event races, this is another thing you asked. You know, there's so many changes, Donovan. You ask good questions. It's the big event races are now jamming the calendar so much they're jamming the calendar so much that sometimes we can't fit the exhibition vehicles in there, and they're all going, well, why don't you work us in? It's because we're trying to work on, on the side of these monster event races that these people, it's like, our bracket racers will go and they'll pay what, $600 and run for 100,000, like, it's out there, and it's raced, it's guaranteed, I guess it's good. I don't think it's good, but
I noticed one thing about your track is that I'm telling you, as soon as y'all get geared up, which is we're getting ready to talk about that, but as soon as they get geared up, I mean, we're talking about it's happening every week. And I mean, it's right here, local Nashville metro, and I'm telling you, it is an event that you got to come out and see, and it starts. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody like when you're, I know you got time trials going on, but when is your season really kicking off? What's the date for the big race on a Saturday?
Well, that's good. It's going to be February 29th. I believe February 29th is that Saturday. February 29th.
February 29th, okay.
And we're actually starting off in this. We're actually starting off with. This makes it look official when you put your glasses on.
Oh yeah, it looks good. Maybe I should put.
You're being sentenced to 3 years.
Can I borrow your glasses?
Yeah. Let's say so. On February 29th, we're running our 5,000 to win Super Pro guaranteed plus Pro Sportsman Trophy and Junior Street and Junior. So this year, a little bit like Daytona, we're starting with our 5,000. The 5,000 to win. That's one other thing that's changing. You asked me what's changing. Well, the big money races, but then we're also including them most of our Saturdays. The 5,000 to win, guaranteed purse, and we'll be starting at February 29th. That's probably
February 29th
for the hour or whatever that we're talking here. That's probably what racers want to hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They want to know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And we're going to have we're going to have a lot of videos going on this year. We're going to be spending a lot of time with you, Rick, at the track and doing podcasts like this. So y'all want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button below, and then you want to like us on Facebook and want to follow us on BRB TV. I mean, the reason why that is because we're going to keep up to date, and we're going to have you back in here a lot of times, and we're going to talk about these big events that are coming up. What he's talking about right now is February the 29th.
Yeah,
it's $5,000. All right, so that means, hey, you need if you're wanting to win some money, and you got the car that can do it, you need to be here. I'm telling
Phil
you.
Boniford, his BMW has been gotten really good. He can get in it. I mean,
Really?
Yeah. The gates open 11 a.m.
Okay, gates 11. Okay.
It's still the early part of the year, so the first 2 months of the year we start early, 11 a.m. Eliminations at 2, because we're trying to catch the sun.
I got you.
We're trying to catch the good. We don't want to be in the crispy stuff where it's like we don't want that. We want good, warm sun, traction, sticky. We want that.
Exactly.
And so 11 a.m., 5,000, like you said, and we are running points for the. So we're having so many. Somebody's going to say, "Oh man, why are you doing points in the 5,000? We don't want to run for points." Well, it's because there's going to be so many of them this year.
Oh yeah.
We just got to run points for Super Pro.
And in fact, I'm gonna take a little break right here, and I want
you
you
to go to the bathroom.
No. I want everybody to see. I'm gonna take a little break right here, but I want everybody to see on a Saturday this past year, and we're gonna talk about that too when we come back too. But just look at all these beautiful cars that we have here, and just take a look at that real quick.